just my whole life. You know, as soon as this changed, this changed. It's insane.
To start out, we did a session 6 months ago. What were you struggling with? And you know, you don't have to go too personal because this is going on YouTube, whatever you're comfortable with. But what were you struggling with? And then what happened after the session? What was it like after the session?
Yeah, so I struggled with anxiety, but the problem was it was really irrational anxiety. So I kind of knew the anxiety is not legit,
Yeah.
but I was not able to willpower through it. Like I took CBD oil, ashwagandha, L-theanine, you name it, you know. But I always had this really strong emotional response, which was anxiety. No matter what I did, I was looking at people that don't have anxiety. I was like, how can these people be so chill? I just realized at age 26.
And it didn't make sense. It's like, why do I have anxiety right now? I'm fine. Is that right? Is that what you mean by irrational?
What I mean is, I knew it's like overblown.
Yeah.
I knew it, but I had no idea why.
No, other people weren't freaking out like this. Okay, so we did a session. What do you think was at the root of it?
Yeah, so we did a session. The first 2 weeks I spent in this, how do you call it when babies are born too early? They put them in this tube or in this...
yeah, the incubation.
Incubator, exactly. I was in there, and when we did the session, this came up. But then we had to go even deeper, like even further back. And in my mind, I was like...
How far back did we go? Do you remember?
Yeah. In my mind, I was like, what does Ryan mean? I need to go back. And then suddenly I was in the womb of my mom. And the problem was I have a club foot, or better say I had a club foot, and my left foot was blocked in the womb of my mother. And suddenly my whole leg or foot was numb in the session. I was like, oh no, this cannot be serious.
That was crazy, dude.
This was great. I looking back, I loved it, man.
Am I right or wrong? You had trauma over being born in this way where you had this club foot block, because what I remember too, this was 6 months ago. I remember we take you back to when you're being born. You're like, my foot. And you had some anxiety and trauma just over this traumatic birth. Am I right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then after the session, I was so relaxed. I felt like this after my Vipassana meditation retreats. You know, when I meditated for 10 days straight, like 7 hours a day, I felt like this after these retreats. But I felt like this without meditation. I was like, something deep changed. I was walking through the streets of Berlin. I lived in Germany back then. I didn't have that much money, but I was just happy. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You had a little bright spot in you, a little bright spot of happiness. Is that right?
It just felt like, you know, my happiness went from 8 out of 10 just to 10 out of 10, like instantly.
And what do you think happened there that led to that?
I thought subconsciously my body was telling me, no, the world is a scary place, because as soon as you were born, you were stuck in this thing and you didn't see your mom. You're not allowed to be...
Incubator. Yeah, traumatic birth, and then you're in an incubator and can't even see your mom.
Yeah, so my brain told me, my nervous system was like, you need to be aware of your surroundings, but maybe it happens again. You never know. The world is hard, so you're not allowed to be happy, because you could die.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also maybe.
Go ahead.
No, I think what would be valuable for the viewers as well, the things I did after the session, because I was always afraid to get a business mentor, and I had the perfect business mentor in front of me, but I didn't book the call to invest because I was just scared. After the session,
of spending the money?
Not only spending money, but just to go for my dreams, you know, to go for it. And then I was like, I had no anxiety. I was like, let's do it. If it fails, I will find a way. I did it 3 months later. Now 6 months later. Now I'm independent. I'm living with my girlfriend in Poland. I'm having my own business. I had 2 newspaper articles published about my story because I had the guts to go for it. Just my whole life, you know, as soon as this changed, this changed. It's insane.
Is there anything you want to share with the audience? Any questions you have for me or comments?
What is interesting is the more personal you think your problem is, the more universal it is. because I mean, I thought maybe other guys have it, but when you say 90% of guys have it, I think that's actually true.
To
Yeah,
some degree, 90% have it.
yeah, some degree. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We don't
yeah.
see
Because
what's going on in people's inside world.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Because also, first of all, you know, I got the physique. Now I get the money. Now, before my girlfriend was back, I was like, oh, maybe I'm not happy because my girlfriend is not here. Now I have every one of these three aspects. I should be super happy, but I'm like, there's still something, you know. Like you can make as much money as you want. It's if you don't clear your inner side, it's not going to work for sure.
You know?
Maybe I acquired all these things because of the insecurities, right? Maybe you know what was before the chicken or the egg.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much for having the courage to share some, you know, personal things about yourself, but that will be really beneficial to other guys.
For sure.
Anything else you'd like to share? Any questions you have for me before we end the interview?
No, all good. I think the sooner you work on your inner self, the better. And professional help is always the way to go. I mean, I'm a coach myself. I have a business coach as well, and now you know I have you. So I mean, you know, like the money you can always get back, but you can never get back the time. And if I look at the last 6 months of my life, oh man, it has been an awesome ride. But your session with like the session with you in July was like the starting point for sure.
What would you say to any guy that's thinking about going down this path of clearing out traumas, reprogramming your subconscious, taking out the bad, putting in the good, doing it, maybe doing a session with me, you know, what would you say to anyone considering that who's undecided?
I think they have. I think they have no idea what is going to happen to them. You know, it has way more benefits than I thought. So I would just say that we can always get back the money if you think a financial investment is too much, but it's worth like 10 times more for sure. You know,
Awesome.
like
Man.
it's insane. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much, sir. And we will conclude the interview, but I appreciate you being willing to share.
Awesome.